Ladies and gentlemen, we proudly present the Altoona Area High School Marching Band under the direction of drum major Grayson Delvin. The band opens this evening's festivities with the Altoona Area High School Band Fanfare and the school fight song. At this time, would you please rise and remove your hats for the playing of the national anthem and remain standing for the Altoona Area High School alma mater. And now, an Altoona band tradition, the Downfield Lions perform to the band's signet march, Barnum and Bailey's favorite. Let's go Mountain Lion fans, put your hands together and clap along to the Hay song.
Altoona.
That's just how I rock, yeah. That's just how I roll. No, that's just how I rock. That's just how I roll. That's just how I rock and roll. I wanna rock and roll. You can tell by my clothes. I get hot every day. I think I see a UFO. We try to run, we try to get rid. When I got a gun, you cannot come near. Shoot you for fun, shoot you like a deer. I rock and I roll like a generation. You already, you told, you can't go around me with it. Be weird. You can get smoke, get shot in your beard. You can blow like a camera deer.
Park. This is Altoona Mountain Lion Football 2025. This is Jim Abbott along with Chris Strawmier. Actually, this is game 2. We're still haven't hit Labor Day, and we're on game 2 already, Chris.
Yeah, 2 games in August. That is the craziest thing. These guys really only had 2 weeks to practice, 1 scrimmage. Things have changed so much since, they used to practice for an entire month, have 2 full scrimmages, and then, then be ready for the season. Now they're hardly ready. It kind of showed last week. The Mountain Lions were sloppy, a lot of mistakes. They played fairly even the first half, come out in the second half, and kind of the mistakes caught up with them a little bit, and penalties and drop passes and a couple turnovers. So, we'll see if they can correct some of that stuff tonight against a very, very good State College Little Lion football team who has really had their number recently.
Well, State College comes into the game with a victory at Gateway last week, 41-14, and basically it was just an efficient offense. They ran for 200 yards, threw for 150, 2 touchdowns by their quarterback, 4 touchdowns between 3 different running backs. Defensively, they held Gateway in check. You know, as you already said, last week the Mountain Lions played a very good first half, scored on a long play just before the halftime, and had a couple chances in the third quarter. The big plays really that turned that game 100% in my mind. Watching it was the long 4th and 25 that was thrown for a touchdown that Hollidaysburg scored. And then the Mountain Lions had a pick 6, they thought, and all of a sudden a flag came out 40 yards across the field at the 5-yard line and took it back to the 20. They still had the ball in the red zone but couldn't do anything with it.
Yeah, 3 times they were down in the red zone and came up empty. So that they're going to have to get better at that, executing down in the red zone and converting on those chances. Certainly, the Mountain Lions threw the ball more last week, more than we've seen in a while. So they have a little bit of a change in offense, so to speak. Now it's the same offense, just highlighting more of the passing game and the wide runs as opposed to the midline option. It's possible that they run. We see more option plays today against this defense, but they really couldn't do much up the middle against Hollidaysburg, and then that made Coach Camberg call the more passes and more outside things.
Well, early the passing game was working as the Mountain Lions had a couple of real nice drives in the first half, but as you said, they couldn't push it in. They were in the red zone twice and couldn't score before half, and then they did have that long run by Parker White, the starting quarterback. Other than that, the Mountain Lions didn't do much. I was at breakfast the other day, and I was with Rock DePiro, one of our old coaches, coached with me 30 years ago, and the one thing he said is, Jimmy, just remember, if you're throwing more than 12 or 13 times, you're probably on the losing end of the scoreboard in high school, and that's usually what happens. The Mountain Lions threw, I believe, 22 times with Parker White, then had a backup in the fourth quarter. But with this offense, you've got to get quick hitters. You've got to get those misdirection plays up front. The Mountain Lions are small to start the year. They had a lot of losses in that offensive line last year to graduation. They just need to keep working on it. Unfortunately, they come out against tonight, the number 8 team in the state in 6A. I think overall they're number 15 in the entire state, regardless of level. So State College has been good, and it just seems to always get better. And, we're here tonight to see what they can do. But for State College, a couple names or a couple people you want to look out for when they have the ball on offense. Their leading rusher is Damir
and the graceful acceptance of the results. We welcome you to Mansion Park Stadium, and as you remember, sportsmanship.
Their second, well, that's his receiver. The running back is Dante Schiffy, and he is very good. He had 197 yards rushing last week.
Yeah, he had 26 carries, 197 yards, 2 touchdowns. That's pretty efficient. Now, if you remember, you may remember his name because his freshman and sophomore year he played at State College. Somehow, some way, I don't know the details, who knows, he transferred to Harrisburg citing something, I don't know. Now, he didn't play that much last year. Now he's back with State College. The PIAA allowed these transfers. It is what it is, whatever. So, yeah, that's why if you hear that name, you're like, oh, that sounds familiar. Well, that's why. He had some really big games his freshman and sophomore year, especially against Altoona. So
yeah, he broke an 80-yard run against Altoona as a freshman in like the third week of the season. So he is a name that you're going to probably hear a couple times tonight. State College will kick off. If you're watching on YouTube, they are going from left to right, deep for the Mountain Lions. Can't catch those numbers. We'll let you know once we get down there. The sun is covering from about the 25 in on the one side of the field. That should be gone here soon.
It's Hazelwood and Geishauser back. That's Geishauser getting it now.
Geishauser looked like he had a little bit of a crease and then gets tackled. A good one-on-one tackle by Cameron Mufasa, as Altoona will now take over 1st and 10 on the 25-yard line.
Geishauser broke a 52-yard run last week, one of the few bright spots of the Mountain Lion offense. So he has some speed, and when he gets in the open, he can be dangerous. So Parker White comes out, number 7 for the Mountain Lions. First-year start. This is really his second varsity start.
And he throws one out to the right side to Geishauser, and it was just overthrown. It was a little quick screen to the outside. They had a tight formation, and were not able to do anything with it.
And that's what plagued Parker White last week. He missed several open guys throwing the ball high. So, you know, his mechanics as a recent quarterback, like he didn't even play quarterback before last year. And he played some JV quarterback and maybe some mop-up time in varsity, and so that's rearing his head now early.
Quick dive up the middle, and it looks like maybe 1 yard.
Hazelwood on the carry.
And Hazelwood went up the middle. It looked like he had a crease, but he got hit right away, and they're going to give him 1.
26-yard line.
And Hazelwood is listed at 5'7", 150, and that might be after a big breakfast. So he's not very big, and that's kind of the Mountain Lions' problem. The fullback position, they call it a B-back. They really don't have anybody. You would like to have somebody with some size that can run with power in there.
White goes back. It's a screen to Hazelwood.
Blocked up pretty well.
He gets by the first 2 men. He breaks free. He's at the 40. He's at the 30, 20, and he is caught from behind at the 10-yard line. Nice play. It took time to develop. Mountain Lions didn't push it too hard. That was a gain of 64 yards.
Lions have entered the sheep red zone.
So this is where the Mountain Lions struggled last week down here in the red zone. Their only touchdown came from 60 yards. Parker White had a 60-yard run down the sideline. So on a scramble with 16 seconds left, it was actually pretty amazing. So let's see what they have up their sleeve here this week.
So Parker White goes back to pass. He's looking at the corner of the end zone, and he drops it in. He hit is that the tight end out of the middle, number 18?
It's Cody Chathams. Cody Chathams with a touchdown.
Nice developing play. The Mountain Lions drive in 4 plays. And they score a touchdown, 10:24 in the game. One thing you'll notice on your screen is we have a scoreboard in live time. So you see the score and the clock. So I will not be mentioning the clock as much as I have been in the past. But still, that was an impressive 2 plays. And again, who caught the touchdown pass?
Cody Chathams. Number 18 caught the touchdown pass.
That was Chatham's on that touchdown pass, and it was a nice throw and catch as the Mountain Lions.
And they rolled Parker White out to buy some time. And it looked like everybody was covered. Then Chatham's come out of nowhere. He kind of threw back across the grain a bit into that, which is always scary when that quarterback throws back across. But it worked this time for the 10-yard score, and the Mountain Lions are up quick here at Mansion Park. That's pretty exciting. That's the first real solid drive of the year, because, like we said, the touchdown they had last week was kind of a broken play, scramble situation. So,
one nice thing about that play is I was watching the receiver going to the flag on the corner of the end zone, and he had a step on his defender too, and he just threw it back right over the middle and right into Chatham's hands for the touchdown. So.
Yeah, and that's one thing he'll have to learn. I saw that also. The back receiver was open early, but then the defender caught him. So if he threw that back defender or back receiver right away, then I think he would have had him there too.
Nice deep kick. It's going to bounce as it go into the end zone. It does. And State College will start at the 20.
And that was Cody Chatham's kicking off also. So he gets his touchback. And State College will come out. And we'll see what they have here. The quarterback is a sophomore. They just keep reloading. It's pretty amazing, I'm going to be honest with you. Connor Kulka, he was 8 out of 18 for 130 yards and 2 touchdowns last week. And he runs a little bit. He had 4 scrambles for 15 yards also. So it'll be interesting to see what he can do here. He's number 10.
And again, we're keeping our eye in the backfield on the big running back who gets the ball in the first play. He pushes through and maybe gets 5. Again, Schiffy does a nice job.
Yeah, extremely quick and shifty.
It's funny because
Schiffy is shifty.
Schiffy. The quarterback's number is 10 and Schiffy is 0. So, you know, it's lined up to a little hard to see the number. Well, we're going to run for the first down and out of bounds. That's a 6-yard gain.
And he put some size on him. He appears to be bigger. He did not play much for Harrisburg last year. Of course, Harrisburg had that real good running back that Coach James Franklin flew the helicopter in to see, if we remember correctly, last year. So Sheffy was kind of behind him, but he looks like he put some weight on. He's listed at 205 now. He was not that big. Of course, how many sophomores and freshmen are that big, right? So he definitely put some weight on. He is definitely recruited.
There's Schiffy again right up the middle. He gets 10. And we're going to give him out to the 45. So that's going to actually be a 13-yard gain.
On the stop, Dante Schiffy. Gain 13 and a first down.
Quick play there.
The Mountain Lions had that all over the place, and he still managed to push ahead for a couple.
Was that a direct snap, too?
No, it was like almost a sideways handoff.
And he still comes up
like
with
a read option sideways handoff, and the Mountain Lions could have easily had him for a 3-yard loss, and he still got positive yardage out of it.
So it's second down. We'll say a short 8. Kolka throws it out in the flats. And nice play. He had him and then let him go. So it ends up being approximately a 10-yard gain. It was going to be stopped at a 3rd and 4.
That's Hank Lustig, who I believe his dad is the special teams coach at Penn State, I believe.
Would have been the player from McDowell, Justin? There's a deep pass over the middle, and nice
good
defense
coverage
by the Mountain Lions.
So
is that Chatham's again?
Yeah. So, taking a positive note, the pass coverage was pretty good last week. They got him on a couple quick hitters that extended the play. I liked the pass coverage last week. I like the offensive line's pass protecting, strangely enough. They did not run block at all well. That was not very good. But they pass protected pretty well. So there were some positives to take last week out of that game.
Again, a quick pass out to the flats.
Wide open.
This one's caught, and it's going to be another first down. We're going to actually give him a gain of 13.
That is Demir Code.
Geithauser on the stop. Number 6. Demir Code. 13-yard gain.
So State College is walking it down the field. Run and pass. Man comes in motion, trips to the right. Plays on 2, nobody jumped.
The defensive guy has to cross, and he did not cross into the neutral zone.
So Kolka fake hands it, throws it out in the flat again, and this time, nice hit.
Jackson knocks his helmet off.
By Jackson.
Lustig on the catch.
I think Lustig actually was falling to the ground as the hit came, so it looked worse than it was.
Right. Mekhi Jackson come in with the big stick. He may be the quarterback of your quarterback of the future here for the Mountain Lions. He's just a sophomore.
Roll out in the flats, wide open again, number 16. He's going to go all the way down to the 10. And that catch was by Max Vaninia.
Stop by Cody Chatham. Gain of 18.
18 yards on that one. And they're just kind of methodically moving the ball down the field here. Mountain Lion's doing a good job keeping it in front of them, but meanwhile, State College is definitely moving the ball at will.
Schiffy changes direction, goes up the middle, and he's going to get 9. He needed 10, but he will still get enough to make it 2nd and 1.
Stop by Logan Lukovic. Gain of 8.
So the Mountain Lion defense seems to be sort of in a cover 3, which means that they're not playing man right now, they're playing zoned. And these guys they're quick hitters, 5 yards, and then a big play from there. Sheffy goes off tackle to the left. He's going to power his way in for a 1-yard touchdown.
2-yard touchdown run.
And that was just, power. The Mountain Lion, I didn't see which guy it was over there, definitely met him outside of the end zone, but Sheffy just powered his way into the end zone for the touchdown. They brought an extra tight end in, Keen Fermanic, and ran to his side. Yes, that's another Fermanic. They have had several of them down there. He might be the last one.
And the kick by Shane McCluskey.
And that kick is good.
So McCluskey evens up the game 7-7. As you can see, a little under 7 minutes to go in the first quarter. Both teams, usually you use that first drive to feel the other team out. Both teams offensively have put together nice drives, and it's 7-7 here, Chris.
And ironically, Altoona was the explosive team, and State College was methodical down the field. You would thought it would be the other way around if it would be 7-7. So see if the Mountain Lions can keep that momentum on offense going here. They may have to just outscore them. They're very tough to stop, no doubt about it.
Once again, breads, flatbreads, and frosty cow by the Mets Pavilion on the visitor side. There, those food trucks are incredible and are working with our band parents.
Hazelwood and Geishauser back again.
And that's number 19 kicking off,
Shane Markowski.
Ball goes into the end zone, and the Mountain Lions will take over at the 20-yard line. So both the receivers basically stood back at the 5, and they're taught the ball's going over your head, let it go, it's going into the end zone.
Yeah, I mean, if you catch it and it breaks the plane, no matter what, it's at the 20 anyway. So yeah, you might as well do that. It's not like college or pro where you can run it out of the end zone.
Well, let's see if the Mountain Lions can put a second drive together after that first drive with the big play on the screen to Hazelwood for 64 yards. White's waiting for the snap. Pass to the flat, and
Mikey Chisholm. That goes nowhere.
Is that Chisholm?
Yeah.
Max Vandemia on the stop of Michael Chisholm. No gain.
So Chisholm got back to the line of scrimmage. It looked like he might have had a shot.
Yeah, you're hoping you make a move, make a guy miss, and at least fall forward for 2 or 3 on that. But yeah, Chisholm goes nowhere. That was a good job of the defender, holding his ground, making a good form tackle.
White goes back again and thrown over. Nice pass and catch by Chathams. Chathams came from the backside, dragged through the middle of the field, and 17-yard catch.
Danny Brennan on the stop. 17-yard completion. And a first down.
And the Mountain Lions get another first down here. Hazelwood gets the ball up the middle. He'll get to about the 41, so we're going to give him 4.
And there was a nice hole there that time.
Julian Hazelwood initial hit by Hank Lutzik.
However, you saw it from up here, and the angle on the TV, that hole closed very fast. It looked like when it opened, he was going to be able to get to the second level.
Right.
Well, it closed very quickly. The linebackers kept their ground, and a couple of the linemen were able to turn and get to him before he was able to make a cut.
And that's where your Ethan Straub, your Braun Mosley, those guys back in the day would have break that second tackle, right? I mean, and that's the kind of body style you need for that guy. And Hazelwood does fine for how big he is, but he is not nearly as powerful, right? I mean, that's...
So a 6-yard gain and another first down.
Michael Yori on the stop.
So it looked like a little quick trap play off center. And Hazelwood went a little bit sideways before he was cutting up. But it was like he was riding a wave of the linemen as they were taking off going to block the backers. And he picked up a first down. So 2 first downs on this drive. Good answer after that State College drive. And again, there's a little bit of a hole, and actually a nice running, cut back to the middle, and he's going to get.
Geishauser bobbled that handoff to start.
And he looks like he got another first down, a gain of 10.
So far, this Mountain Lion rushing attack has been already with 4 minutes left in the first quarter, better than it was last week. So kudos to them and the coaching staff and everybody for just trying to get better here.
Well, the old cliche is you judge a team by how well they go from week 1 to week 2. And the Mountain Lions look a little bit ready right now tonight, at least offensively. And is there a fumble? State College said it was a fumble, and the officials were saying he was down before the ball was taken out of his hand.
No gain on the play. Altoona 2nd and 10.
Was that Staines?
I believe that was Staines.
That took that ball up the middle. Staines is a little more size. He's a 5'10", 210-pound junior. He's obviously not nearly as shifty as Hazelwood. You got to kind of do both in there.
And Hazelwood has nothing when he gets there. When he gets the ball right to the line of scrimmage, he is hit immediately by 3 of those 5 defensive linemen. And we're going to be in a 3rd and 10 situation.
Yeah, just when I said I gave him the announcer's jinx, I just said the running game has looked so good, and then 2 no gains in a row. Yep, just have to hit a play here on 3rd down. Parker will have to make a play.
White gets the snap. He drops back. It's a screen again.
Middle screen.
This time goes the other way, and it's going to go big again.
Vukovic
makes a nice catch and run. Gets another first down. He's going to pick up 17 yards.
Like 17, yeah.
That was a touchdown-saving tackle by this. Well, I don't think he was a safety. I think he's a defensive end. Number 12, Cohen Johnson, made a touchdown-saving tackle there.
Gain of 12 on the play.
And that was Vukovic again on that catch. So State College didn't rush as hard, but they looked to the wrong guy. Hazelwood will just take it up the middle and looks like he gets another yard.
Hazelwood on the carry. Rowan Walker.
Yeah, they gave him 2. That was a generous spot.
Gain of 2.
So the Mountain Lions here can't get predictable, can't go run, try to get that first down on 3rd down. They're not that good. Even though they've looked pretty good, that's the defense definitely will stop you if you get that predictable. So maybe they might throw a little bit on 1st down here.
There's a bad pitch, and that was sort of like a little reverse.
That play
action
was just busted up to start with.
And I believe that was Gage Hallinan.
Whoever got in there almost stole the handoff to the up back. That was really disruptive. So now here they are 3rd and long again. you're probably a little too close to punt. This is probably 2 down territory. You might be happy with getting 10 here, right? And then go for it on 4th.
Yeah, you got to be inside. In my mind, you've got to be inside 10 yards. White runs up. He's going to run it. And he gets back to the original line of scrimmage. So he'll gain back 6 yards. And it's going to be 4th and 10. And as you said, I think you're going to see them go.
This is absolutely no man's land. You're not punting from the 30. They don't have a field goal kicker long enough to make a 47-yarder, 48-yarder. So, yeah, you're going for it here. Do they go back to the screen pass again? Do they?
Well, last time when they noticed the screen, nobody rushed the quarterback. And I think that threw off the Mountain Lions a little, but they had that safety valve on the backside, and he made the catch for the big. And he throws it up, and it is intercepted. Yep. But it is intercepted down at the 8-yard line. Yeah, so that's better than a punt.
That's better than an incomplete pass. Yeah. Knock it down, defensive back. What are you doing? You just cost your team 25 yards.
They probably take over.
You got to know the situation.
Yeah, they're high school kids. They want the INT.
Oh, I get it. I understand, but yeah. So I mean, of all the, I mean, obviously the first down would be the best thing, but that's not bad. Better than an incomplete pass. It sets them up inside the 10, their own 10. So
well, State College will have probably one play here before the clock runs out, unless it's an incomplete pass. And Schiffy shakes off a couple tackles and then finally goes down at the 45. So that's a gain of 36 yards for Schiffy.
Yep. Yeah, you got to tackle that guy.
15 seconds to go. State College is in the hurry up and wants to run one more play. And quarterback looks to throw, throws it over the middle. Pitch and catch to number 16. The clock will stop after the 13-yard gain.
That's going to be the quarter.
And 13, and we have finished one tied at 7.
That was the end of the first quarter.
Well, the end of the first quarter here tonight. Mountain Lions 7, and the Little Lions from State College 7. But State College this time they got the ball on the 9, and in 2 plays they're across midfield.
Yeah, the Mountain Lions are going to have to dial something up on defense, find a way to change something they're doing on the defensive line or something, because Sheffy has holes to run through. And then he breaks that second level tackle. He's a solid running back. We knew that coming in.
He didn't break one tackle there. He broke like 5. They looked like they were going to gang tackle him about the 22, 23-yard line, and he just broke right through.
So strangely enough, only 4 teams in the Mid-Penn won last week in all the non-conference games. State College, CD East, Chambersburg, and Harrisburg all won. And the rest of them, Cumberland Valley, Cedar Cliff, McDevitt, Central Dauphin, Altoona, and Carlisle all lost. So that was kind of weird.
But the level of the teams that everybody played was not the same.
You're right, exactly. Some of them played some ridiculously good teams, and others played not so good teams. That's just the way that always goes. But so this week, Cedar Cliff is at Central Dauphin tonight. CD East is at Chambersburg. Cumberland Valley's at Carlisle. And then tomorrow, already, big game, McDevitt at Harrisburg tomorrow afternoon. So that should be a big game in the Mid-Penn Commonwealth. McDevitt lost to a real good team last week.
Back to pass, wide open over the middle. And that's going to go for a touchdown, a 42-yard touchdown.
Demir Code.
That goes to Code.
Yep.
And 42 yards. Nice play, nice throw. He was wide open. He made a cut and got the safety to turn, or cornerback to turn and go the other way.
3 plays, 91 yards. That is pretty dominant right there.
And State College will take the 13-0 lead. They're going to go for the extra point here by Markowski to try to go up by 7 points. Markowski's kick is good right through the middle.
And the kick by Shane.
And it is
good. State College takes the lead
14-7 as the Mount Lions drove, but they weren't able to cash in on their second drive. But State College, as Chris said, 3 plays right down the field in a little less than a minute.
Yeah, that was pretty dominant right there. So, like I said a little bit earlier, I think maybe to win this game, they're going to have to outscore them. State College played a ridiculous game last year against McDevitt. It was the second to last game of the year. Last game of the year is 58-55. State College and McDevitt. We might have to see one of those here for the Mount Lions to pull this out. Last year, the Mount Lions lost 57-0 to State College. But they're on the board at least this year, so that's a better start. And we'll see if the Mount Lions can keep that offensive momentum going and punch it in for the score this time.
And Mikowski will kick off. This one's a little bit shorter. It will be taken by Hazelwood at the 7 as he cuts up, gets to the 20, gets to the outside,
out there.
And he gets up to about the 35 and runs out of bounds. It looked like he was about the 33, but for some reason we get a lot of officials who put the ball right on
I know.
that yard stretch.
That's an old school thing. You don't need to do that anymore. I don't understand why they do that, but I mean, back in the day, the hash marks were always terrible. You could barely read them, so I know why they did what they did. But now the lines are all painted on and perfect, so you can put them anywhere.
Mountain Lions will come out. First possession of the second quarter. They looked good on their first couple drives. The second one, though, they could not punch it in, as they had one play, the missed toss that went for -8 yards, and then all of a sudden there was problems. There's a pick. That was a nice read.
Well, Parker White dropped the ball. There's a penalty.
What are they saying the penalty
is? It's going to be on
is?
Altoona.
It's on Altoona, so it's not going to matter.
It won't matter. But Parker White dropped the ball. He had that hitch. And once you drop the ball, like, you can't throw that hitch. Like, it's too late.
They're saying that the motion stops the play. It's a dead ball.
No.
Okay. So State College will take over as the second interception tonight. Parker White, and again, like you said, his rhythm was off, and then Ingold, made a great play. He broke to the ball. He saw it in Parker White's eyes, and he cut right in front of the receiver, made the catch as he dove, and State College takes over in Altoona territory. So they had problems last week with turnovers. They had 2 turnovers on their last couple, even though that first turnover we said was better than a punt. So
right.
But that one there hurt. Here comes a reverse, and there's a wall set up, and he gets down inside the 25 to about the 22. And there's a penalty or something back.
Block in the back. Offense number 10. 10-yard penalty. Repeat, first down.
So I don't know if that was on Chatham's. It looked like Chatham's was trying to sneak through that conveyor belt line of blocks right there, and somebody might have pushed him in the back, but I don't know, that might have been a break for the Mountain Lions. I think I saw the play that they were talking about. So, hey, we'll take that.
So now it's 1st and 19 at the, well, it should be 1st and 20 at the 45. Polka rolls out. He throws it, and that one's picked off by the Mountain Lions. And he's coming across the field.
Terrell Baker.
And that ball was stripped as he was going out of bounds. But again, that's a nice play by Baker as he cut over in front of the receiver himself, and the Mountain Lions get the ball right back.
And ironic, that's the guy that the pass was intended for. And yeah, he was too excited to come over here and get the turnover chain and put it around his neck so he can go to the student section.
So the Mountain Lions will take over at the 41. So they did gain some yardage on that exchange of the interception with another interception. Tight formation. Hazelwood takes it right up the middle. He's following his line. And that's the biggest push the Mountain Lions have got tonight, and they're going to give them 4.
Julian Hazelwood, Grace Brennan, that stop.
Change your mind. I think they gave him 5.
Yeah, they just keep moving it up.
Second down.
Take that.
5.
So you know, these turnovers, they're such momentum creators, and maybe the Mountain Lions could take advantage of this one and get fired up on the offensive line here and get a little push going.
Tight formation. This time the wing comes around, and he'll get out to almost the 50. That looked like it was Geishauser. He'll get to the 49, so that's a gain of 3.
Luke Geishauser.
And it's going to be 3rd and 2.
And 43, Rowan Snow just stuck his arm out and just pulled him back. That was it. I mean, he could have went for another couple yards and got that first down if he fell forward.
Mountain Lions wanted to see the coverage, so they faked the first move. There's 12 seconds left on the play clock. White goes under center again. And quick handoff, and it looks like the line got a push, and Mountain Lions needed 2, and they picked up 4.
It's a good job by the offensive line getting a little bit of push. I see a lot of rotation in the State College defensive line, and they're playing a lot of guys. That's going to be good for them in the long run.
Well, the other thing is they're playing basically a 5-2, or they call it a 3-4 now. But they got the 2 outside linebackers stepped up.
Yeah, they're up on the line.
And there's a nice pass over the middle and a fumble at the end of the pass. And I believe State College got it.
Yep.
So a gain of 11 on the catch, and then the ball is stripped.
Fumble recovery by number 14, Danny Brennan.
So Michael Chisholm made the catch.
It's just turned into a turnover fest now. So made the catch, made a move, tried to get some extra yardage, and took a big hit from somebody. I couldn't see who it was. That knocked the ball out.
So that's the Mountain Lions' 3rd turnover. Wow, a lot of stuff has happened. We still have 9:26 to go here in the second quarter. One of the things we'll talk about a little bit later is the sports world was turned upside down last night with the trade from the Cowboys to the Packers for Micah Parsons.
Yeah, that was crazy. I thought it was clickbait on my phone, you know, another made-up thing. I couldn't believe when actually ESPN was reporting it then.
There's a handoff, and he, you know, just dances around through people, and next thing you know, he's got a 13-yard gain.
Dante Sheffy on the carry.
Sheffy with a
on the tackle.
13-yard gain.
13 and first down at midfield.
At this point, if I'm State College, I just keep handing the ball to him until Altoona stops him.
Right.
Because they have not yet tonight.
I mean, they're calling passes because they think that's the thing to do. They don't need to. Like, they can just keep handing it off. Altoona's shown no propensity at all to stop Sheffy at all, so. Like, that was just your normal everyday 6-yard gain, right? That was a mild one.
Now here we got a timeout for the Mountain Lions.
Calling timeout, try to regroup here. They got to change something.
So you said, you know, you thought it was clickbait when you read it on your phone. I just was flipping through and saw it on ESPN, and I could not believe that they actually traded him. I mean, Jerry Jones is, you know, I've never been a big fan of the owner of the Cowboys, and after hearing the different things that he did, I know that they had a talk with Parsons because he wouldn't wear his jersey on the sideline last week, and he was listed as having a sore back, and he was laying down on the medical table, and they took offense to that, and to turn around and trade him. Now, they got a starting defensive tackle, I believe, and then they also got first-round pick from the Packers for the next 2 years.
So yeah, 2 first-round picks, which is
so the 26 and 27. So with what the Packers did the rest of the spring, they basically just said now it's Super Bowl or bust for them, and they still have that question mark with Jordan Love with the hurt thumb.
Well, and they have a multitude of pretty good receivers. Nobody really steps up. So there's a lot on offense for them. Now Jacobs is awesome. Josh Jacobs is awesome, but their defense looks to be shored up now.
So did you see the first thing Parsons did with his money today? He went to his mom and made her retire. He told her, "Mom, you're done," and gave Mom enough money so that she could live off of and retire. Hey, $188 million over 4 years isn't bad.
Yeah, that's not bad.
And this time it's a different quarterback, and he takes the ball and just goes straight up the middle. That's number 2. That's
Furmanek.
As you said, there's been a lot of Furmanics, but he's now in, and he just ran straight up the middle, 6-yard gain.
So they played him, of course, Kolka that we've seen the whole time, and they also played Rowan Walker there last week. So they played
Shiffy up the
three
middle.
different quarterbacks. So they do different things, and that's always been a State College thing. They always like to do different things.
So Sheffy will get 6 on that first ball, but he's carried the ball 10 times here in the first half, 91 yards.
Yeah, and there's a long way to go. 7 minutes left till halftime.
A big trips formation to the right side. Mountain Lions have 2 receivers over there and a safety, but nope, it's going to be kept, and he's not going anywhere. So it will be a third and about 4. As this time, Furmanek doesn't do anything.
Yeah, and he's taken out.
Does he lose a yard?
Kolka comes back in. Or Kolka, I'm sorry. Kolka comes back in.
So it's going to be third and, they say 3. I have it 4. So they're trying to say he jumped, but he never came across the line. He did bob his head on that right side of the Mount Lion offense, but 4 seconds on the play clock. 3, 2, and we're going to see a fake pitch. And now there's the pitch outside.
Oh,
there was a holding from behind, and there's 3 flags.
That's all coming back. That was in front of God and the whole world on that one. Everybody threw a flag. I think a fan threw a flag on that one from up here. Yeah, that was as obvious as you could possibly have. That was number 8, Jake Lukek.
And I believe for the Mountain Lions that the man who got hold was number 10. Is that Pike? No, that wasn't Pike.
10 is Pike, yes.
Okay.
And the bad part about it is he didn't really need to do it. Like Sheffy was already out around everybody. He was fine.
So that penalty will now make it a 3rd and 13 on the 41. Now I'm assuming that State College is going to go for it on 4th. However, their kicker was making 45-yard field goals before the game, so he does have a leg. So if they get it inside the 30, they actually have a chance to kick a field goal if they want. Twins to the left. Kolka gets it, rolls left. Shiffy stays with him. He's looking for something deep, and that's just thrown up and gone. As the Mountain Lion, Mike Chisholm, put his hands out to the side to, wasn't going to let the receiver run past him.
And I think they're going to punt it.
And the Mountain Lions look like they're coming up with a stand, as Murkowski will be the punter. So they're at the 41. Back deep for the Mountain Lions is Chisholm. And it's a fake punt. Nope, he's going to do this, the old Australian type of kick, and it's picked up at the 15-yard line.
Yeah, he jumped, caught it, didn't think he had enough room, started delayed to get into some room to kick it. That's a good stop for the Mountain Lions.
So it's still 14-7 here midway through the second quarter. Mountain Lions started with a beautiful drive to open up the scoring early in the first quarter. It was a pass from White to Chisholm for 10 yards. Big play was the Hazelwood 64-yard screen pass. And then State College answered twice. There's been 2 turnovers. Actually, Mountain Lions have turned it over 3 times, a fumble and 2 interceptions. That time the pitch goes well, but no yardage out there as Chisholm gets the ball, but he is hit low immediately. And did he actually lose a yard?
Actually, I think he pitched it to Geishauser.
What's it, Geishauser?
Chisholm was out blocking, yeah.
All right. I thought it was number 4. Who's this coming across?
Anyway, that play works a lot of times. That nice option play out there, but State College was having none of it. They were all over it.
And is that a delay of game or is it a timeout?
Timeout. Altoona as their second charge timeout.
Hey, if you got them, you might as well use them. That's the old philosophy. As Coach Niedermeyer uses his second timeout there.
So next week, the Mountain Lions go to Cumberland Valley Friday night, and State College hosts Harrisburg. So
Harrisburg with McDevitt and
State College back-to-back. Yeah, they're not doing them any favors. But you know what? They'll still be fine. They're Harrisburg.
Well, the Mid-Penn, because there's 10 teams, you are allowed to play one open game, which is your start, which is Altoona and Hollidaysburg. Then you have all league games. And I think what they're starting to do is rotate when you play. So if you played them week 1 this year, they go to 10 next year. Or week 2, you know, they'll go to the end of your schedule, and then they just keep doing a rotation. Because I believe the Mountain Lions played State College a little later last year, the 3rd or 4th week. So 2nd and 10. Handoff up the middle. This one goes to, is that Hazelwood?
It is Hazelwood.
And he's going to get himself out to the 20 for 4 yards.
So 3rd and about 6.
At the 20-yard line. After a gain of 4 yards.
So I can tell you right now that the Mountain Lions are going to have twins to the right. Because the receivers do not go into the huddle. Got a wing to the left. And White drops back. He steps up. And he looks like he's going to dump it off to Hazelwood, who's going to get the first down and then some. As Hazelwood's going to get out 11 yards and a Mountain Lion first down.
See, you love the presence of Parker White and the athletic ability and the improvisation. That is very tough to stop. That's something the Mountain Lions really haven't had in the last few years. A quarterback that will scramble, make some plays. You know, ad lib like that. That helps a lot.
Hazelwood was his 3rd or 4th choice. He looked downfield. He started up to run. As he started to go, the defender came up to him. And this goes to Geishauser off to the left side. Breaks the first tackle, but doesn't go much further than that. And we're going to give him maybe a yard.
Yeah, see, you can't always get to the outside. He had a couple holes he could have turned up in and taken 4. Sometimes you just got to do that. Which, you know, I mean, that'll come with practice and repetition. That's just how that works. And it's easy to see up here, too, as opposed to on the field.
2nd and 9 at the 32. And there's a fake pitch. And White looks back, almost throws the interception. He was trying to hit, was that Staines coming back across the middle? Chathams.
Those are dangerous. Those are the plays back across the middle that usually get you in trouble. So luckily that was just fell to the ground. Third and long again here for the Mountain
Right now,
Lions.
Parker White is 7 for 11, 115 yards. And the touchdown. A dump down this time. Again, that was Geishauser. He's going to catch, but he's not going to get near the first down. He's going to be about 3 yards short.
Noah Williams.
So that's going to be a gain of 6.
Gain of 6.
And the Mountain Lions are going to be forced to punt. Is this the first time we've lined up to punt tonight, I believe? Decent punt, fair catch called and made at the 28-yard line. Is that Parker White himself is the kicker? I forgot that. He's the punter.
He's the punter.
Hank Lessig.
So that's going to be about a 34, 35-yard kick. Sort of went out looking like a watermelon. It was floppy as it was going, so fair catch was a good call. And the Mountain Lions are trying to match up. State College is trying to come out quick right away. And the Mountain Lions had to run somebody off the sideline to cover the outside man. That was Pike. Mountain Lions are playing closer to the guys at the line of scrimmage, but doesn't matter once you have, wow. What do you get, 11 yards out of that? 12, 13? I want to say it was more than that. Where'd they put it? 43? That's a 14-yard gain.
15-yard gain. They started at 28, right? Yeah, that's amazing.
That puts him over 100 yards at 106 already. That didn't go anywhere, did it?
That was only 3. That might be his shortest gain of the night.
You're correct.
Somebody tried whacking the ball out at the line of scrimmage, and he just broke that arm tackle easily.
2nd and 7 from the 46, 2:38 to go in the half. State College leading, looking for another score before half. Polka's back to pass, throws it over the middle. Nice catch. And the Mountain Lions are hitting, but they're not tackling.
You got to wrap up. Mikey Chisholm with a big hit again. Which
Chisholm hit him at the 42. He got free and got down to the 39.
He's been hitting here the last couple games.
So that's a 15
you got to wrap,
yard.
too. You got to wrap.
15-yard completion. First and 10. At the 39.
Polka goes out, throws the sideline. Pretty much a perfect hitch for 13 yards, 14 yards. That's actually 17 yards.
With the catch, 13-yard gain.
Max Videmia on that one, number 16. I couldn't see who it was the first way over there.
That's his 3rd catch of the night. State College is just walking down fast, and I think you're going to have another timeout by Altoona. So that's their last timeout in the half. There's 2:05 to go. And
yeah, it's interesting. They use all their timeouts on defense to try to stop momentum. And it's, what are you going to do? Well, maybe one was offense on the last series. 2 of the 3 were on defense, right? But
so it's been a beautiful, opening. You figure if you open the third week of August, you're going to be dying from heat.
Yeah, it's going to be cramp fest.
And last week was like 78. Tonight it's right around 70. High today theoretically was 69, but I think it hit 72. It's just been beautiful for the last week, and it doesn't look like there's an end in sight, so we don't want to jinx anything.
Right.
But there were some cramping issues in the fourth quarter last week with both teams. I think it's because it was their first game. Regardless of the heat, just the amount of pressure and running and pushing and everything you do. But it shouldn't really be a factor tonight. So 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line. State College has 2 minutes and 5 seconds before half. And there's a penalty motion on State College. Somebody moved.
Ball start. Defense, number 6. 5-yard penalty.
The receiver out there.
So the receiver on the outside right in front of the official must have leaned forward or did something. And we now go 1st and 15. It looks like State College is going to line up for the same play. There's a quick, almost a screen out to number 9, and he's going to get down to about the 19. So he's going to gain 12 on a 1st and 15.
Cooper Ingold out there on the catch and run. They certainly spread it around.
Cooper Ingold. Gain 12.
Kolka has hit probably, 5 or 6 different receivers already.
2, 3, 4. That was the 5th different receiver.
That was 5 there, so that's pretty impressive.
Play clock's down to 6, and State College is not set yet, and they snapped it quick. Schiffy's got it, gets to the outside, turns forward, gets the first down, goes from the 19 to about the 16. Got 3 when he needed 2.5.
Collier on the stop. Dante Sheffy.
Got some smack talking out there.
So 1:42 running clock. State College in the red zone. Kolka sidesteps the defender, runs up, gets by 1, 2, and then is finally tackled, but not until he gained 8.
Tony Chathams on the stop.
And the Mountain Lions brought the corner blitz Jackson in there, and he had a free run at the quarterback, and Kolka just sidestepped him.
At the 8-yard line.
He just bounced outside.
Sheffy just bounced it out. Nobody touched him. And
Both
he just
guys
danced around and into the end zone.
Flag on the play. It's coming back.
I believe there was a hold.
But still, that first move was impressive. Both guys went the wrong way. Go down.
Offense, number 68. 10-yard penalty for the spinal foul. Repeat, second down.
So I think the spot was from the 5, so it'll go back to the 15. So it's going to be a 16, so 2nd and 8. No, 2nd and 10. Pretty much everything that Kolka got on the run was just taken off. So the clock should run.
No, he scored a touchdown, so that would have stopped it. Goes back to the previous play.
And
little flip out to
Sheffy gets a screen, and he's dancing again. This time he gets down to about the 13.
Guys are going to have to start looking. You have to look at his belly. You cannot go for those fakes. I remember Coach Crago way back in the day, God rest his soul. Look right at his belly button. You got to look right at his belly button, put your shoulder right there.
So it's going to be 3rd and 7.
It's funny when you see that kind of stuff in basketball all the time, and I was always a semi-slow guard in basketball, and guys were quicker than me. So I would always jump the other way, and it always works. If a guy's going to fake you, he's going to go back the opposite way. So you got to start like anticipating and like it's a thing. He's really good at this shiftiness. So you gotta keep your eye on his midsection. That never lies. Your midsection.
So the one thing, if you're watching this game and you've seen a couple of these plays by Sheffy, basically these jump cuts he's making to me reminds me of Barry Sanders 30 years ago, as he would be going sort of full speed and then just jump to the jump a half yard, and you just like olay.
He was probably the best at it. There's been lots of guys similar to that. You're right. I think he was the best. I mean, it's a shame he retired early, but he was amazing. He was so much fun to watch. But I agree. I think that does look kind of like the way Barry Sanders would run.
So 3rd and 8, or 3rd and 7.
I wonder what he was like in high school. I bet it was ridiculous.
Big offensive or defensive play for the Mountain Lions here.
They're probably in field goal range, I would think, in here.
Motion.
So they want to get a stop.
Polka goes out, and he sidesteps the defender, and throws it, and touchdown.
And they had it. They had the rollout stopped.
Jake Lukac.
And that's Jake Lukac, number 8, on the touchdown catch.
So that's now 7 different receivers.
And State College will get the ball to start the second half,
and
too.
Good by State College. 21-7, State College.
Well, the Mountain Lions have 39 seconds here before half. Good poise by the quarterback, Kolka, here tonight.
He's a sophomore, 10th grader.
He is just really throwing a nice ball, putting it on the receiver's numbers. A lot of times you don't see a kid that young make that type of play. And, I'm pretty impressed by him. We knew what we were getting from Sheffy. But let's see, 1, 5. He's 10 for 13, 180 yards, and 2 touchdowns.
That's a pretty good first half.
And the Mountain Lions find a crease, and nice recovery by the Mountain Lions. That ball took a perfect hop. And who was that? Was that number 20?
That was Mekhi Jackson, number 12, yeah.
So Jackson brings it out to the 43.
And the Mountain Lions have no timeouts. So.
But if they do get first downs, the clock will stop on every first down.
Will stop momentarily till you set the chains.
But a lot of times the players can get down the sideline faster than the guys carrying the sticks, which I like to bust on them. Most of them are Altoona teachers. And that should be a penalty because the Mountain Lions just broke the huddle with 12 guys. Parker White goes back, throws it to the edge of the... Nice catch.
Yeah, nice catch.
Nice catch by Chisholm.
Out of bounds.
And that's going to be a first down.
Chisholm with the reception.
It's going to be a 10-yard gain.
Gain of 10. And a first down. Altoona in State College territory.
And the clock stops on that.
So I would say if you're thinking field goal, get inside the 20 for Chatham's to try it.
Parker White is flushed out, and I think he's just going to throw it away.
Yeah, that was a good move.
I half looked for the screen because that was so much of a jailbreak up front, but pretty much all the receivers were out in patterns. 23 seconds. to go in half. The Mountain Lions down 21-7 to the Little Lions. White under center. And they fake the pitch. And it's going to dump off into the flat. And probably not catching the ball was the best option there for Hazelwood.
Right.
Because
if he catches that ball, the half ends. So it is 3rd and 10, 18 seconds from the State College 47. Twins left, double wing. And they're going to just run it to Hazelwood, and I think they're going to be now content. 2-yard gain. And that will end the half. State College with a 21-7 lead.
And we go to halftime, 21-7.
So here at Mansion Park, State College 21, Altoona 7. We will take a break for halftime. Please keep your screens on. The Altoona Mountain Lion Band will be playing down on the field.
Ladies and gentlemen, we proudly present the Altoona Area High School Marching Band under the direction of Drum Major Graceland Belden. The majorettes are led by Captain Riley Bush. The Silks are led by Captain Isabella Abbott. The feature majorette is Lily Stallman. This year's marching band theme is Sketches of Red, White, and Blue. We open tonight's show with My Old Kentucky Home, followed by our feature performance, which tonight is from the band of Guess Who and 1970 hit American Woman. And tonight's closer is Tennessee River. the Altoona Area High School Marching Band. And now, on Altoona. The new band staff, music staff assistant Ian Brandon, major advisor Kaylee Galarno, silk advisor Abby Auerbach, band assistant Brad Sheridan, percussion instructor Jason Burkle, and band director Brandon Quinzer. All right, it's time for the 50-50. The number's going to be up on the big board. If you've got it, you get $597. The winning number, 163-887, 163-887. Report to the flagpole if you've got it. Once again, $597, 163-887. Tonight's 50-50. Report to the flagpole if you've got it. We'll keep it up there for another minute. 163-887. Tonight's 50-50.
Welcome back to Mansion Park. We're getting ready to start the third quarter. There's approximately 3 to 4 minutes before we do. First home game of the year at Mansion Park. Games here are always special. It's sort of interesting because now it's 8:25, 8:15, and the temperature still says 77, but it feels a little bit colder than that when you're out in the stands. Mountain Lions are on the losing end right now, 21-7. Let's look at the scoring plays. Mountain Lions open up the scoring as they took the original drive, 3 plays downfield, and a 10-yard pass from White to Chatham's. Chatham's then made the kick, and Altoona was out in front 7-0. Great first series, put everything together, but State College answered. They were the ones that were a little bit slow and methodical, where the Mountain Lions had a 64-yard screen pass to Hazelwood to set up that touchdown. So Shiffy from State College ran in the first touchdown at 6:34 to go in the first quarter, and Markowski kicked to tie it up at 7. The teams traded interceptions, and that's the way the quarter ended. Then in the second quarter, I don't want to say it was all State College, but it was, State College started to move the ball at will at that point. And at 11:52, first play of the second quarter, Kolka threw a 42-yard pass to Code, and it was an extra point kick again by Markowski for 14-7. The Mountain Lions then looked like they were driving, got inside the 20, and had an interception. Mountain Lions have moved the ball a couple times tonight and just have not been able to do anything with it inside the 30-yard line other than that first drive. And then State College took the last drive of the half pretty much, drove it down, and finally scored on a 13-yard pass from Kolka again, this time to Luca. And it is where we stand at 21-7. Mountain Lions have 3 turnovers, 2 interceptions, and a fumble. And State College also has that interception we talked about, which was picked off by Baker. So thoughts and reflections from the first half, Chris?
Well, I mean, first of all, the Mountain Lions come out on fire. I mean, with that first drive, and they take that 7-0 lead, build some confidence. On the defensive side of the football, they have no answers for Sheffy. They have no answers for Kolka scrambling, hitting receivers. He's thrown to, 6-7 different receivers in that first half. He's spreading the ball around. He's making good decisions. He's only a sophomore, so the Mountain Lions will get to see him 2 more years. That's great news, right? On offense, they have to have some confidence. They're moving the ball. They're doing some little things that they didn't do last week that is enabling them to run the ball a little bit better. And the passing game isn't bad either at times, but it's just they can't finish. Like, they get down there inside the 30, inside the 20. A couple times they were down there. One ended up a pick, which was kind of an arm punt, so that was not that big a deal. But and then the second time they're down there, they couldn't score. So they have to do a better job of finishing. They have to have an answer on defense in some way. They did force State College to punt once, but other than that, they have not been able to really stop them.
Well, Altoona does have to kick off. They did get the opening kickoff, as we said, and drove it the whole way. So State College has a chance to put another touchdown. That's the old 2 touchdowns in a row, one going into the half, one coming out of the half. It's a 14-point swing if they can pull it off. For State College tonight, Kolka, their quarterback, again, he is just a sophomore. He is 10 for 13 with 180 yards and 2 touchdowns. And Shiffy, as we've already talked about, freshman and sophomore at State College. Then he went to Harrisburg, came back to State College, was ruled eligible. And he has already tonight
and there he is right there
yards
with the ball on the kickoff
on 13 carries. So State College runs it out to the 30, and they're able to start there. Mountain Lions, on the other hand, their leading rusher is Hazelwood. He has 9 carries, 27 yards, and Parker White is 9 for 15, 141 yards, 1 touchdown, but he has those 2 interceptions. Again, the one we were fine with because it pinned State College inside their 10-yard line, but State College drove and scored that in 3 plays themselves. So Kolka will get set. He's got Schiffy to his side. He's got Twins to the left. They wanted to see the coverage. It looks like the Mountain Lions, actually this time it looks like they're sort of in a man-man formation on the wideouts. Gives it to Schiffy, and he goes right through the middle, 10, 20, and he's touched there and tackled by Mikey Chisholm after a 21-yard gain.
Michael Chisholm on the stop.
Right up the middle.
Last week against Hollidaysburg, Altoona started to wear down a little bit as the quarters went on, and State College, that was a great block up front by the lineman. They pulled a guard around, and he took out the linebacker, and Schiffy went untouched for the first 15 yards. Kolka again hands it to Schiffy. He cuts to the left. He's now looking for a place dancing, and just dances around and goes up to the 41, so it's a gain of 8.
Flag on the play.
But we have a penalty. And the way the teams are moving, it looks like it's on State College.
Illegal block below the waist. Number 58 on the defense. 15-yard penalty. First down.
Illegal block below the waist on a running play. Interesting. I don't know how that could happen.
On the defense?
Yeah.
Do they even have a 58 out there?
That's something that happens on a return where guys submarine the offensive guy so he doesn't block you.
Altoona's 58. They don't have a 58.
Yeah.
They have a freshman that's 58, and he's not dressed tonight. There's
I'm not
a 50.
Sure. Yeah.
But there was a 58 on the offense, and he was at first complaining until they said defense. Bad snap. It was picked up, and then a terrible throw. Kolka, again, didn't look good, didn't set his feet once he got that bad pass or bad snap. He just went. He didn't want to get the sack, I think.
Yeah, the timing and the rhythm was way off on that.
So that penalty moves it all the way down to the 30-yard line. And somebody's coming out. I think there's an equipment timeout. So for the Mountain Lions, that was Tyclear Davis at defensive end. And into the game for him is Michael Collier. Schiffy takes the ball, gets through the first wave, and then gets stood up at the 29. I still don't know if they brought him down.
They did not.
They stopped his progress, but they didn't bring him down.
Dante Schiffy on the carry.
So it's a gain of 6.
Gain of 5.
And we're going to have a 3rd and 5 here.
And 5 at the 24-yard line.
Fake handoff. This time hits the receiver going across the middle. He catches it and keeps his feet. And then finally the Mountain Lions stop him at the 5-yard line. So a gain of 19.
Stop line of 8. Leland there.
Official timeout.
State College has looked impressive tonight.
They have. They are loaded with good young players and good veteran players.
Kolka is in the gun. Waits a second, steps back. They're calling another play. Play clock is down to 6. Schiffy moves over to the left, and he gets the ball coming back to the right, and the push is going to take him down to the 2. So that's a gain of 4.
Game 3.
State College is sustaining drives. They're just driving, and moving straight down. One of the Mountain Lions players in the D front looks a little bit hobbled right now. I believe that is Cam Tompkins.
So Sheffy's in pretty easily. He'll be taking those talents to Syracuse next year, I believe, is where he is signed. He's definitely a Division I player. I think it was Syracuse.
So State College, again, they did the double feature. They scored right before half, got the opening kickoff, and scored again. So it was 14-7, and now with the extra point, it's 28-7. And State College takes that lead. 8:33 to go in this third quarter.
So you are not going to stop them, so you better score some points. That's kind of your only recourse here. And hopefully they shoot themselves in the foot somewhere. At this point, you're down 3 scores. It's very imperative if you're going to do anything in this game to score right here.
So there was some opening college games last weekend, but this weekend is the real week 1. I guess they called last week week 0.
Yeah, week 0. That's
Penn State opens up at home against Nevada Wolfpack, I believe.
The Nevada Wolfpack, formerly known as Nevada Reno.
So
not to be confused with Nevada Vegas, UNLV and Nevada Reno.
I will watch the game as a Penn State alum, but I am looking forward to seeing the 12 o'clock game between the Texas Longhorns and the Buckeyes of Ohio State. You know, they're 2 teams I don't usually like, so I don't know who to cheer for. And that ball is dropped by Hazelwood. He picks it up and gets his way out to the 15.
Well, I know you're not cheering for Ohio State as a Penn State fan, so that's very difficult.
Yeah, but sometimes you'd like them to be unbeaten going into the game in October rather than having a loss already on their schedule. Because at this point, Texas is 1, Penn State is 2, Ohio State is 3. I think regardless, the voters are going to put the winner of the Ohio State-Texas game number 1.
Yeah, probably.
If it is Ohio State and then Penn State gets by Oregon, which they'll be favored at home, that'll set up a 1 versus 2 showdown. And I don't know if Penn State-Ohio State has ever been 1-2 when they were playing.
I'm not sure. That'd be a good question.
So the end-over formation here, the Mountain Lions have everybody on the right side of the ball. Give it back to Hazelwood, and he just gets stood up and driven back. He does not get any yardage.
And see, and I'm not picking on Hazelwood at all. He's a small-frame guy, and he's very athletic. But, the difference between, like, your Division I recruit and he gets pushed back, and Sheffy moves the pile forward 10 yards. And that's the difference. And Hazelwood has to kind of play out of position because there's really nobody else. That's the problem. He has to play that inside runner.
And Hazelwood gets it again, gets drugged down from behind. He will pick up probably, we're going to give him 2. So it's a 3rd and 8. That was very quick. Mountain Lions came out, got 0 and 2, and they're in 3rd down already. So the Mountain Lions threw 15 passes in the first half. They did complete 9 of them again. Fake the handoff. Open over the middle. Nice pitch and catch. The Mountain Lions get all the way out to the 48-yard line.
That was there last week many, many times. They hit it once or twice, and they missed it probably 3 or 4 times. That time, great pass by Parker White. Nice touch. It's Cody Chatham's in stride there. Big play for Chatham's again.
That was a nice 34-yard gain. And he was wide open. That was Pike, I believe, number 10.
I thought it was Cody Chathams.
Oh, was it Chathams? Was
Yeah,
it
I think
18?
so.
That's my fault. White stays up, throws it, and actually another catch. State College guys all ran deep. 2 Mountain Lions stopped over there. Is that Chathams again?
Chathams again. He's obviously Parker White's go-to guy at this point. I mean, great job by Parker White getting away from the rush. He looked like he appeared to be sacked there for about an 8 to 10 yard loss. He escapes, lobs one up in the air. Chathams, fortunately, was so wide open that the defensive back could not get there in time.
Tight formation for the Mountain Lions. And Hazelwood gets it, crosses the 40, and maybe gets another yard, so we'll give him 2. So it's going to be a 2nd and 8.
There's those 2 and 3 linemen at a time coming in and out for State College, which come fourth quarter, right? That will. You had mentioned about how Altoona was winded a bit last week.
Though, as a former defensive line coach, you always try to figure out, is it better just to leave them in for the other play or have them run out and sprint back in?
Right.
Because the linemen aren't ones that like to do the sprinting. Another tight formation. Parker White drops the ball, picks it up, hands it to Hazelwood. And are they going to give him 2 or only 1? Well, it's on that far side. I think they're going to put it at 38, 33. So that'll be 1. So it's going to be 3rd and 7. But they are in 4-down territory at this point.
3rd down and 7.
And again, another tight formation. And they fake the quick pitch. Parker White looks like he's going to get sacked. He steps out of it, and he's going to throw deep across the middle, and it was just sort of a fight for the ball between Chisholm and
number 16, Max Vendemia.
And Max Vendemia was with like in a jump ball situation, and it just fell to the ground harmless. Yeah, at least Parker White's trying to make it exciting here. He's scrambling, throwing the ball up
with
for
that
grabs.
Scramble, though, he was trying to throw back too far across his body, as you said earlier, and it lets the ball loft. There was a second or two that Chisholm was open, but it gave the free safety time to come up and get into that jump ball situation. Hazelwood, nope, that's way out to the outside, and that's going to be incomplete. And the Mountain Lions turn the ball over. That was 4th and 7. So now it's going to be State College 1st and 10. They're already up 28-7. The Mountain Lions held the ball there for 4.5 minutes.
And somebody's down over there for State College.
I'm surprised the officials haven't made State College move their huddle away from the injured player. Because he's down hurt about the 26, and there's guys standing around the 28 up through the 31. Parker White had, a couple great throws there.
Cramping, number 13. That's Hank Lustig. Trying to feed them liquids and stretch them out.
So we've mentioned Coach Niedermeyer once tonight, a couple times tonight, but their assistant coaches, Mike Adams, Brian Camberg, Doug Rosenberry, Mark Harrington, Tom Pelfey, Zach Brandt, Paul Pisciotti, Kristen Gamber, Eli Menser, Rue Moyer, Josh Buchanan, Jason Jones, Cam Fazick, Andy Aiken, Joe Lance, and Pat McKinney. So they have a extensive coaching staff between all levels. They're freshman, JV, and varsity. And just like that, a gain of, 15 we're going to give them?
Yeah.
25 yard complete, 25 yard run.
25.
25. My fault there. I thought it was at the 31. And that almost had a chance to go 51.
It's truly amazing that they can't bring him down one time on first contact. It is amazing. Somebody's down there for the Mountain Lions.
Injury time out on the field.
That's another 15 yards.
Trainer, please.
Another cramp.
Sheffy, however you pronounce it, I apologize. Just impressive. He's carried the ball 29 times tonight, 183 yards already, 2 touchdowns. He's hitting the hole. He's making the first, second person miss. If you don't hit him in wrap, he's going to bust through you.
There's still 4 minutes left in the third quarter. That's impressive. He's very impressive. There's no doubt about it.
If State College drives this in, they might go one more series with their first team.
Right.
But they'll be switching them out pretty soon. If they get to the fourth quarter up 28, they might switch out there. Though, in high school football, a lot of things change if you don't have that mercy rule, 35-point lead clock running. So they might give the first team another shot at the ball if they're able to stop the Mountain Lions on the next drive. Is that Geishauser?
That is Geishauser, yes.
So Geishauser, I don't know if it was a cramp or if there's something else. He's walking on his heel.
It looked like a cramp, the way they were stretching him, but don't know for sure. We'll see. Hopefully he can get back in the game.
So State College will continue their drive. They now have a 1st and 10 on the 37. I know it says 38 on the scoreboard, but it is 37. And this is going to be the Shiffy show again. He gets down to the 35 and the fumbled, but did they blow the whistle?
Sheffield, the ball carrier.
Yeah, they blew the whistle with forward progress.
Stop.
Well, somebody actually grabbed a hold of him and kept a hold of him, so that was good.
Stand 2.
So it's now 2nd and gave him 2 on that last carry. Twins to the left, and they're just content to hand off, and Sheffy just decides to go whatever way he wants.
That's actually a tackle for loss, maybe the first time all game.
Pike in the backfield.
And there's a penalty.
2-yard loss. So it's either going to be 3rd and...
Holding. Offense, number 8. 10-yard penalty for the previous spot. 15, second down.
Well,
a little bit of smack talk. State College is pointing to the scoreboard.
That negative play will not show up in the stats, as it is erased based off that penalty. So it's now 2nd and 18.
Yeah, so he does not have a negative run.
So Kolka calls it out, fakes the handoff, steps back looking for deep over the middle, and there was some pushing going on, but yet it was caught at the 28-yard line, so a gain of 17, and he needed 18.
Demir Code with the reception.
Demir Code with the catch.
That's Code's 4th catch.
Third down and 1.
Wonder who gets the ball here at 3rd and 1.
And I know it's going to the right. Oh, hey, to the right. And he comes back to the left, breaks a couple tackles, drives into some men. And again, they did not bring him down. They stopped him, but they did not bring him down. And he's going to get 8 on that, or 10. He's getting 10 on that play.
Gain of 10. And a first down.
1:41 to go in the 3rd. You have an end-over formation. Everyone's to the left. He didn't really get much there, did he?
No.
I'd say he got. They're going to give him 1. The hole never materialized, and he was dancing, and the mountain lions closed on him before he was able to turn and cut outside.
He's going to have 40 carries.
Well, he's got 23, and right now I have him unofficially for 196 yards.
Well, unless, like you said, if they put the second teamers in here.
Yeah, I think after this drive you'll see that.
He has a lot of carry. He had 26 last week.
There's a pitch to the outside, and there was a hit in the back, but did not call it. This time he got down to the 11. And the crowd's not happy with some of the hit in the back or the holding.
That was definitely a penalty. I don't know how in the world they got away with that. It was a block in the back.
So that should be the last play of the quarter. And State College runs up, but they only have 2 seconds, and that'll be the end of the 3rd quarter with State College out in front 28-7.
And a special thank you to UPMC.
So the Mountain Lions starters have only had 1 drive in this half. So you expect to see them at least come out 1 more time. But, you know, I've been impressed with State College. They 202 yards rushing by their 1 individual. Combined as a team, they have a total of 220 yards rushing. Passing the ball, 216.
Yeah, they're very talented.
So talk about a very balanced offense. And again, the sophomore, Kolka. Sorry.
Connor Kolka.
Before I said Holka, if you remember back to the 1981 movie Stripes, it was Sergeant Holka.
Yeah.
But it's
like Sergeant Holka.
It's Kolka, and I've been very impressed with him at this point. He has really thrown the ball well. He only threw 3 times in that quarter, but they were both big passes that brought State College from a 3rd and 15 into a first down, and then 2nd and 18 to a 3rd and 1.
Yeah, so that play, he got spanked too. He stayed in there. He got hit right in the mouth, and he completed the pass to Code. He's had a good game. He scrambles well. He sees the field. Very impressive. He's good. Sheffy's very good. Code is very good. He's a little bit of a speedster there. Number 6, the receiver. They're a good team again. State College just keeps reloading. That's what they do. Third down here.
So with it being 3rd and we'll say 4. Man comes across in motion. Quarterback rolls. Kolka looks to throw, and he is tackled. That is
Takir Davis. Finally makes a play. He's been in there trying to make plays all night, and he finally makes a good play.
Davis.
We'll try a field goal here.
They're going to try a field goal. It is 4th now, and we're going to say 4th and 10. So that was a loss of 7 on the sack.
Be 36 yarder, 36-yard field goal. He kicked 2 last week. One was from his longest was from 32. So this would be his longest attempt of the year.
He was hitting 45s in practice, so he definitely has the leg for it. Snap, kick, and he just punched it right through.
Yep.
Very good kick.
36, J. 31-7,
so was that a, what, 42?
36-yard field goal.
36.
Yep.
Okay, my fault.
Yeah, they had the ball.
So it is now 31-7. 11:09 to play in the game. If you have a kid in high school who can kick, that is such a game changer.
Yeah, it's helpful.
So other than the 1 interception, State College has, what, 1 punt and 1 interception. They have been able to pretty much, I don't want to say move at will, but they've been able to walk down the field and score on 5 possessions now. And that's going to be into the end zone. So the Mountain Lions will start at the 20. Looking around at the offense, it does look like they are going to go with their starters for this first drive of the 4th quarter. State College.
Same guys. Well, at least up front.
Now, there's a couple different numbers.
2, 12, 31, they've all been in there.
Oh, they've all been in there up front. They keep rotating everybody.
13 was Lustig. He's coming out. He was in there.
They only have 10 on the field right now. And there's a couple other defensive secondary people that have switched out. And that's another big thing. They don't play a lot of guys 2 ways. They play guys on offense, guys on defense, other than some linemen. He's going to keep it. Instead of pitching, he's going to take it around the corner. We're going to give him, what, 3? And there is a State College man down, so we are going to have a break. And it looks like another cramp the way they're stretching his legs.
Looks like both legs.
So it really feels weird that we're at this part of the season. It's Labor Day weekend. Mountain Lions, I believe, every other week they're home and away.
Yes,
their entire schedule, home, away, home, away, home, away. Homecoming is October 10th. Senior night is the last game of the year, October 24th. The season, again, it started very early this year. There was only 1 scrimmage game and only 2 weeks of padded practice.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Before the opening game.
Now, they do 7-on-7s all summer. They do all these other things.
Yeah, but it's different when you got everybody, and really it's different when you got pads on.
But, yeah, only 2 weeks of real practice is really not enough. Like, honestly, that's not enough. Well, that guy's hurting. Both legs cramped up. He can barely walk. That's got to be painful. Cramps are painful, that's for sure. I mean, you're like, oh, it's only a cramp. He'll be okay. Well, yeah, he will be okay, but they really hurt.
Now look at some other sports. Pirates out in front 3-2. Skeens gave up 2 runs, but only 1 earned. It's in the 7th. And there's just a screen out of the backfield. Nice move by Hazelwood as he ducks by and ends up getting, I believe, they're going to give him 9 or 8.
Hazelwood makes a move there. That's more his game. He's shifty. He's an open field runner. He has some speed.
5 on the play.
That's more than 5.
Down and 1.
Sounds like our PA announcer Joe Shuda is very loud this year.
Yeah, I think they turned it up.
Second and 1. Hazelwood gets it, goes off tackle, and works his way out to the 34. 35 will give him 6.
Hazelwood on carry. First down, Altoona.
Clock is moving. Under 10 minutes to go in the game.
First and 10 at the 35.
Two receivers split wide right. Parker White is waiting for the snap. And we got movement up front. People weren't on the same wavelength. It's going to be 1st and 15.
5-yard penalty.
So what State College did is they brought out their starters to start this drive, and they're subbing out starters on every play. So over the last 3 plays that we've seen the entire front, I believe, switched out. Parker White throws a quick pass, that time to Chisholm. And Chisholm gets back to the original line of scrimmage and maybe 1 more, so we'll give him 6.
Initial hit by Cooper Ingold. Michael Chisholm with the reception.
Parker White is now over 200 yards passing tonight.
Wow.
We don't see that too often.
Yeah, that's something you would not have put in your pregame notes. Altoona's going to throw for 200 yards. I don't remember the last time they threw for 200 yards. That'd be a
13 to 21 tonight.
Question.
203 yards. And I think there's another movement. Oh.
Somebody's lined up offside.
Illegal procedure. Offense. 5-yard penalty. Take it down.
So it was 1st and 10, then 1st and 15. And it was 2nd and 9. Now it's 2nd and 14. Mount Lions did not have many penalties in the first half. In fact, I can't really think of any. Yeah. Where State College had 3 or 4 penalties that ended up being big plays. One was on a touchdown. They eventually did score on that drive, though. Tight around the ball. And Parker White's looking to go deep, and he just throws it up, and nobody's there.
Yeah, he had pressure in there, number 12.
So it is going to be 3rd and 14.
Cohen Johnson was in there.
8:29 to go in the game.
3rd and 14.
I guess you see who they just brought out on defensive. Good old number 0. Shiffy's out there playing the slot man. There's a quick throw to the outside. And Hazelwood was trying to juke. Shiffy wasn't able to.
Jeffy on the play. Loss of 1.
No gain or loss of a yard. And the Mountain Lions will have to punt. Make sure you count your men. They do have everyone there. Snap, all out rush. Short, high kick. And it takes a little Lion roll back to the line of scrimmage.
And nobody was around.
Or not the line of scrimmage, but the original line of scrimmage.
Yeah, so that was essentially
so
a 5-yard punt.
6 or 5-yard kick.
Yeah, that's amazing.
So let's see what State College is going to do.
There's pressure up the middle.
They do still have their starting offense over there talking. And Schiffy is getting right in the middle of the group. And they do bring out another running back. So this time lining up is Noah Williams. He's a freshman. He's lined up at tailback. And he will get the ball. Gets pushed back, fumbles, and a lineman picks it up. A lineman's dream. He picks it up, but he gets tackled right away. So that's going to be a loss of 7 on that play.
Loose ball, picked up by C.J. Clemens. State College retains.
Michael Urey comes in right away and replaces Williams after that fumble. Number 20, he's the running back. Kolka is still in there, quarterback right now.
The Mountain Lions blew up that play that Williams didn't have anywhere to go. Yorey breaks through the first couple guys, and it is now back to the original line of scrimmage, so it is going to be a 3rd and 10. That was a gain of 7. And I think at this point they're going to go for it on 3rd or on 4th. Being inside the 40-yard line, there's no reason to kick. I don't think they're going to try a 50-yard field goal.
6 on the play.
Three receivers to the right, and they're going to fake a quick pass. Kolka takes it, runs up to the 30, and he's still moving. He's close to the yard marker. He's going to be 2 yards short.
No.
So he'll get 8.
That's a 6'1", 180-pound quarterback that is just pushing around. Like, the Mountain Lions are 5 minutes left in a 31-7 game. Woe is me. Here we go again kind of attitude. They're a little bit tired, right? You have to stay focused and keep that fire going. And it's hard when you're, when you're down 3 or 4 scores.
So Coco will wait for the snap. They hand it off. Urey goes through, gets the first down, and picks up another 5 or 6. So it's going to be a gain of 7 on that one. Down to the 21 or 21. Another first down for the Little Lions. 5:09 to go in the game.
First and 10 to 21.
Quick pass to the flats. It is caught, and he gets by the first 2 defenders before he gets out of bounds at the 12. So it's going to be a gain of 9.
I mean, there's 2 or 3 Mountain Lions out there to make a play, and they just get faked out. It's not good.
So 2nd and 1
Some
at the 12.
Younger guys out there. Connor Pike's out there.
So again, I'm just surprised that their starting quarterback is on the field.
Yeah, I am too.
And Yorey has the handoff, goes through, gets the first down, and takes it inside to the 8. So he's going to pick up 4 more yards. And it is going to be 1st and goal at the 8. 4 minutes and 30 seconds. The clock is moving.
First and goal at the 8.
So the Mountain Lions lick their wounds. Go on the road again next week to Cumberland Valley. Cumberland Valley played a 7-0 game in week 1. So
offensive juggernauts.
Yeah, they're not exactly explosive on offense. So
well, the question is who they play. And Yuri runs to the outside and he tackles himself at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, they won.
He went to make a cut and he tripped over his own toes.
Michael Yuri, the ball carrier.
I knew who they played, and I can't remember.
So second and goal here. And they switch out a few guys. Kolka is now out of the game. And their quarterback is number 2. It's again Fernick. Yuri's still next to him. And it looks like a pitch, but Fernick says, I'm taking it, and he gets tackled right away. So he got nothing.
Oh, they lost. Cumberland Valley lost 7-0 to Manheim Township.
And Manheim Township is very good.
They're usually pretty good, yeah, but I'm surprised that, I mean, either,
was able to score much.
Right.
But Cumberland Valley played a lot of low-scoring games last year, too.
They did.
Third down and 8 at the 8.
So we'll be back here in 2 weeks. Who comes to visit the Mountain Lions then?
That will be Central Dauphin. The Rams come September 12th. That will be our next game here.
Fernick rolls out looking to pass. He was left-handed. He's carrying it like a loaf of bread, but he's still just digging through. It's now going to be 4th and 3 as he got 5 yards. Clock is at 2:18.
Warrior on the stop.
I don't think you'll see either team call a timeout here.
And 5.
Well, maybe State College is going to let the clock run down and then call timeout.
3.
Because they do not look like they're going to run a play yet. We've got 10 seconds on the play clock. Now they're running up towards the line. 5 seconds on the play clock, and there's the timeout. So 144, 143 to play in the game. And State College is sort of milking the clock there, trying to come up with a play.
Where did Sheffy come from? He just came from over here running across the field.
Yeah, I don't know that.
That was weird. I don't know what that was all about.
I know, but he's going down. I think he's going to try to get himself in the huddle.
I don't know. He wants to vulture another touchdown for his fantasy team. Maybe, I don't know.
So overall, I believe the Mountain Lions played a better game tonight than they played last week. I think if they play similar to this last week, they were in the game the whole way. I'm not going to say they would win.
Yeah,
a lot closer of a game. You know,
when you look at the paper the next day and you see 34-7, you're like, oh, Hollidaysburg killed them. It was actually a very close game. You get a goofy clipping penalty, which I haven't seen clipping called in like 10 years. With a
40 yards away from the play.
Yeah, with an interception return for a touchdown call back. That would have changed the game quite a bit. That would have made it a one-score game. So it is what it is.
So,
but I think they have played better this week overall. I agree with you.
State College running their 4th and 4 play, and the quarterback Fernick just going to take it and dive forward, and he did get in. So Fernick does score with 137.
Touchdown, State College.
And that'll take the score up to 37-7 with a possible 38 with the extra point.
Oh, we got the backup kicker hustling on.
Oh. number, is that 41?
41. Sean Asenio.
Senio is waiting, and he kicks it right into his lineman's backs.
Asencio.
Asencio?
I'm gonna have to bring my cheaters. That's small print.
Yeah, we do need the roster a little bit bigger.
Yeah.
So with 1:37 to go, the Mountain Lions will.
You got a retired guy here and a guy that's close to retirement. We need bigger print on the rosters. We'll have to put in for that.
Hey, we're the same age.
Yeah, that's true. I feel bad for that kid. Like, you can't run a kicker on there like that and expect him to just go kick. You know, that's tough. He's got to get out there, get set, get loose, mentally prepared to make that kick.
And then they don't even let him kick off.
Yeah.
So the ball is kicked, and it is in the end zone.
And the kick over to the end zone. Altoona will start out 1st and 10 at the 20.
It looks like the Mountain Lions are going to play the second team offense. I think I see Pike getting some instruction for quarterback.
Should be 12 Makai Jackson. That's the backup now.
Oh, yeah, it is Jackson. Pike's in a different position. So Jackson under center. He pitches it to the outside. And that is number 21 for the Mountain Lions. I'm going to have to go to my chart because these guys haven't been in.
Hazen Beagle.
Is that Hazen Beagle, I believe. And he's going to get a gain of a yard. Minute to go in the game. You still have the same offense on the field. And Beagle gets it again, and nobody touched the whole right side of the State College defense as they come through, and all four of them tackle them.
Yeah, like not one guy walked anybody on that side. That was kind of strange, wasn't it?
So 42 seconds. This might be the last play of the game. I don't know if the Mountain Lions will run a 4th down if they don't get anything. And again, Beagle up the middle, works his way out to almost the 25. We'll give him officially the 20. Yeah, the 25 is where they're standing. So it's 4th and 5.
Niedermeyer on the carry.
Was that Niedermeyer?
That was Niedermeyer that time, yeah. 22.
Gain of 4 on the play.
He is a freshman.
And ladies and gentlemen, this game is history.
That'll do
it.
So with that, the clock runs out. State College Falls raises their record to 2-0 with a 37-7 victory over the Mountain Lions. And Altoona will be 0-2 and going to Cumberland Valley next week, Chris.
Yeah, so we saw some improvement in the offense. The defense will not face a juggernaut like they faced this week. So hopefully down in Cumberland Valley they can tackle a little bit and hold that team down. The Mountain Lions can get 2 or 3 scores and sneak out of there with a victory. That'll be the plan for next week. As we said, State College goes to Harrisburg for a pretty big game. No, I'm sorry, hosts Harrisburg for a pretty big game in the Mid-Penn Commonwealth Division next week. So. And
you'll probably have some of the State College coaches at the McDevitt-Harrisburg game. So that will be interesting to see how those things go both tomorrow and next week. But for the first game at home at Mansion Park, the Mountain Lions fall to the State College Little Lions 37-7. For Chris Strawmier, I'm Jim Abbott. I want to thank Mike Baker and the entire MLTV crew to put this game on. They made some improvements through this year. You're going to see that running that clock in the corner and a score at all times. So as long as you have it on, you'll know what's going on. We'll see you back here on September 12th. And other than that, have a very nice Labor Day weekend, everybody. Good night from Mansion Park.